Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. My brew of everything is a whole new, well, still working on it, but maybe my cold glass of boba. Why was I gonna say boba? Like, oh my gosh, I remind you of one of the awful, terrible, disgusting, vile guys, in my opinion. I got messages from off. I think it was Meet Me or Scout, but his name was Bubba. He looked, oh my gosh, like when I showed one of my friends, she was like, "Oh girl, he looks like a Bubba." And oh, he looked like a Bubba. Like, oh, I think some of the screenshots are probably in some of the episodes, and or it's on Patreon. And yeah, I'm a nerd, so I kind of treated it like I've treated my Patreon like a library. So if you type in Bubba or possibly MAGA or Republican or politics, but yeah, if you do certain words like that, because this man, he is a brown noser of the orange man. He kisses his oh it mm-mm. Yeah, he kisses either that rear end or that nussy. See, and this is why, yeah, I'm making sure I put that moisturizer on my neck and everything. And now I'm thinking about that one dude that his parents literally had to hide hammers from him. Yeah, I'm just, oh my God, these men that desperate? But now that he thinks he's so cute and gorgeous or whatever, he can't wait to tell a woman what's wrong with her figure or like face or figure or whatever, even though he's not perfect. And like, part of me, I'm just like, okay, so you can't have kids, but you're putting that like, what about if the woman that you like so much wants kids, but at the same time, you don't want a serious relationship and you don't care if a woman finishes, but like you're so selfish and conniving and evil. But yeah, took a like, sometimes I wonder maybe the echo from the hammer caused brain damage. That's just my opinion. That's just a hypothesis. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But speaking of dating nightmares and men, and this episode, I'm going to be talking about business. Yeah, the candle business. I'm trying to get everything ready for October, but I'm not going to have like a grand opening until 2027. Yeah, because I got to finish this novel too. And I have to get more children's books out there and figure out, like, yeah, there's just so much to do. This past weekend I thought I did a lot, but then looking at my to-do list, I'm like, so almost all the things that I did are not on this to-do list. And the to-do list is just growing from the things that I did start. And yeah, great. Great. But the items that I did, I was like, oh, I need to do this now because it's going to take about 2 weeks to a month and a half for me to get replies and confirm it, like confirmations and stuff like that. So, but okay, we're gonna. And oh my gosh, this weekend was also interesting because one of the guys, since the breakup, or one of the guys who told me he loved me, but he told me the same night we had a video call conversation for 2 hours. That was the only time we ever talked. That was the only other time, and he told me he loved me that night. But yeah, let's just say after that video conversation, the very next day, he wrote me some things and that to the point where he has to apologize. I haven't replied to him yet because I'm still pretty disgusted with what he said. Yeah, I'm not even pretty. I'm really disgusted with what he said. Okay. So, with my dating life, or the crappy dating life, and then trying to at least accomplish some of the summer goals, and some of the business goals and my glow up. Oh, yeah, because, okay, well, you know what? I can cross off because I do have working out on it because I'm working on the glow up on Patreon. I just started a post where I'm going to be researching my, like, what kind of fashion do I want to do? What kind of outfits with my afro, with my hair? What kind of styles can I do? Do I want to do? Because I I'm gonna be doing more Gray Sheep episodes soon, but with the ABUSC that I faced with my mom, most people are not even gonna believe. Like most people don't believe me, especially those that went to Oakland University with me, and a lot of people that I grew up with. A lot of my family members, they just think she. And the thing is, to me, she was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I've been using that a lot lately, but that's the best way to explain a lot of people in my life. Because since a lot of people accuse me of being a liar and not being who I quote unquote am supposed to be, they treated me in different ways whenever they felt like it. But it was really harsh. And I would never forget the times where my mom would take us to the library and to see Phantom of the Opera and like to see the pandas that I think it was at the Toledo Zoo. And there were so many amazing, cool things that she made sure that we got to experience. But at the same time, I would have had a YouTube channel years ago, maybe even being able to be monetized because, like, but it would have just been poetry, writing my book. Maybe it would have gone to business, but I, if she didn't drag me the way she did, I wouldn't be talking about the gray sheep stuff. If she didn't do so many of the things she did to me, and to the point where she told everyone that I was lying about what she did to me, even on her deathbed, she told everybody else to figure out what was wrong with me. She told everybody else. But even on her deathbed, she did not have a conversation with, like, she yelled at me on her, like, yeah. The last time, I can't even say she spoke to me because no, she yelled at me. But then everyone's asking me, why don't you want to see your mom more? Why don't you want to go to the hospital more? Because she's traumatizing me on her deathbed. Because she's literally on her last days, but she still doesn't care how she treats me or that our relationship is basically in shambles. And when it comes to me starting the business, she said I better not listen to the other channel, but I talk about it. She said I better not start that business or she was going to kick me out. She said I better not publish books or she was going to kick me out. I had to hide I had to hide my notebooks under my bathroom sink. I forgot about them for over a year. I think it was close, like trying to do the math because I think it was like 2015 or 2016 when I had to hide them under the sink from her. Yeah, it was something like that. But I think it was like the summer of 2019 after she passed. I think I was in my room. I was watching something, and one of the characters was writing in their notebook. And I was like, huh. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have notebooks of my writing of poetry and story ideas under the sink. And I remember I went over and grabbed it. So it's like, this is a big deal for me. And I'm stubborn, so I'm not going to fail at this. I can't. Everyone else has basically throughout my life have either told me I'm not smart enough, good enough, I'm never going to be as good as my perfect sister. And I caught like, and some people are like, why? Oh, you're being sarcastic. No, she is perfect and almost any, and I know no person is like literally perfect, but other than the white supremacists and KKK, whatever, there's not going to be anybody that's going to be disappointed in her achievements. There's not going to be one. And she's able bodied. So, yeah, there's no, yeah. But because I face so much negativity, and especially within the household, I might even do an episode. You know what? Now, I might turn it into a chapter. Because even if I'm going to explain it in an episode, but no one understands some of the things she did to me and how much it traumatized me or traumatizes me because it still hurts. And so when you have ex-boyfriends laughing at you, telling you, you're not going to do that, you're not smart enough. Oh, it's like, oh, you're just going to give up. Oh, you're not going to finish. Oh, it's like, oh, that is an idea, but do you really think that's realistic? So yeah, this episode, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the things men have tried to tell me what to do, how to do, and their really terrible advice, and or them telling me that I should have just focused on having babies. Oh, they should have told that to Mr. No Heart. But Mr. No Heart was too busy telling me his children were mistakes. And then Lock a Key, thank God I didn't have any kids with that terrible, awful, disgusting, despicable, obnoxious, selfish, ignorant man. In my opinion, of course. In my opinion. Of course, square. He was such a terrible man. But it just seems like so many people, or so many men especially, they just think women are going to be like, oh, or when we're in our young 20s, okay, I don't care if I'm a match or not. I just need somebody to marry and have babies real quick. I don't care if I'm compatible. And yeah, even if I want a divorce, like as a Christian woman, I'm not supposed to get divorced. So I'm just going to be miserable for the rest of my life. But that's just the way the Bible. No, and yes, I know how many years it took, but many men they don't like my education. They don't like how I act or am. I'm highly opinionated. And I keep watching videos lately by red pill men saying, oh, that's what's wrong with women. And some are like, that's what's wrong with black women because we won't shut up. Because we're going to say our opinion, because we're going to, just speak our minds and or do the research and come back with receipts. That's who I am. And so I am not going to deal with a man who is going to try to tell me to shut up, be quiet. No. And if that means no children the natural way, that means no children the natural way. I'll, I mean, yeah, is it kind of annoying? A little, but all like my bishop and pastor another reason I stopped looking for a husband is, well, first, the guy from church, that was and then my mom trying to pressure me and force me to marry him. And then I realized, oh, she's just trying to make me marry. Yeah, she tried to just get me to marry anybody because she would even tell me he's nothing special, but you're not going to ever get anyone special. That parents, be careful what you tell your children. And or if you ever tell your child something mean or evil, write it in a journal and put the date on it. Because your child's going to remember. Your child will, oh, and children, yeah. The children of these parents, write it down in a journal. Because sometimes parents are going to say that. I didn't say that. I don't remember that. Okay, get that journal and be like, okay, on this date at this time, this year, yeah, you said it. And you can write whatever notes from the conversation. Yes, will they hate that? And okay, maybe not, don't show them the journal, but maybe even either take a picture of the page of the journal, like you hide that because a parent's gonna try to snag that or throw it. Like, I know this from experience. I know this from experience. And this is why this business means so much to me because I've been through a lot. And when men keep telling me that I just need to, like, well, at your age, you just need to give that up and have some babies. And, or you just need to help me with my kids. That's what, mm. When women tell me that they believe in the help meet, I gag. Because I mean, I grew up in the church. I went to a mega church, or at least a medium mega church. It's like I was raised where our bishop said, "You are Republican. You have to be Republican. God wants you to be a Republican, but the Republicans aren't being good Christians, and Democrats are being better Christians. Atheists are being better Christians. We're playing the role of it as like that in my eyes." In my eyes, is so. Yeah, Democrats are a much better fit for me. A much better fit. And one reason why with my business, my products lean more Democrat. Especially like when I hear religious people, because years ago when I was just having it as an idea to have a novel with a main character that has a disability. And people were like, no, you don't want to promote it being okay for people to walk differently. Christian person told me this. It's like, why would you do that? You're basically saying it's okay to be that way. And so here are some things that men have told me over the last 2.5 months. Well, no, another episode I'll go throughout the years, but the last 2.5 months. One of them is, girl, you playing too much. Just get the business going. No one's going to care if they look different. Maybe it'll probably be a better thing if they look different. But then I was like, well, when I'm branding, and also if someone's purchasing something for my greeting cards and my candles or a bundle, I want it to come together nicely. And he told me that was stupid. He was like, well, when I go to Hallmark, I buy things from different companies, and or I'll buy a candle and a card and they don't look the same. And I'm like, yeah, because they're from two different companies. I was like, yeah, you went to Hallmark, but then you went to different, like the card might be like the mahogany, where there's different segments of, you know, Hallmark cards and stuff. But then with the presents, they buy products from different companies, so everything might not go together right. And so I was even mentioning some of the items that I'm trying to get, and oh, same guy. Oh, you're just trying to be bougie. Oh, you're trying to be cute. He was like, you're cute, but I don't know if you're that cute. And since he matched with me on a dating app, that kind of struck a chord because I'm like, okay, so you're only trying to talk to medium cute girls right now. So when are you going to be ready to find very cute or cute worthiness where you're probably not going to cheat on them, do them wrong, and marry them? Because if you only think I'm a little cute or kind of cute, you don't want much with me. Because, yeah, I paid attention to men. And I was right. Because he told me, you're single at your age. It's like, I know you're itching for it. I know what you want. So it's like, and then he told me how many inches he was, and that he is shaped like a NASA shuttle. I'm just like, oh, mm, wow. Okay, yeah. That's a way to talk, start a conversation about outer space, but whatever. Whatever. And another guy who was putting, like, he kept telling me that he wanted to know what my businesses are. And I was like, no, no. And he was just like, well, I know you're not going to do it right. I know you're going to fail and you're not going to figure everything out. So you need to let me tell you what to do. And so then I was like, oh, so you need to give me your website. And he was like, what do you mean? What website? To your business. I need to see how you've done it right. I need to know how you set it up. So, and also look at your SEO. He didn't know what SEO was. So then I told him, and then I gave him a brief like definition of it. Then he still didn't get it or understand. So then I sent him links to some websites that explained it. But then he told me that was stupid, or search engine optimization doesn't mean anything, and that it's just a waste of time. Yeah, that's what he told me. It's a waste of time. And he told me that all I have to do is start a TikTok. And once I'm on TikTok, that's all I really need to do. And when I'm on TikTok, just put the product near my chest, because that's why he swiped right on me, is because of my chest. And he said a lot of men will order my products or my candles because, like, when they see a nice rack and then they see the nice product next to the nice rack, that convinces them to get the nice product, because every time they light it, they're going to think of my rack. Like, see, if I was marketing on OnlyFans, I'm like, but I don't know. I don't know. But some other, like, oh, he said a few other things too, but I don't know, that one just stood out to the point where I was just like, are you serious? Are you serious? These men keep saying women cannot be leaders, women can't do like this or that, or we're just supposed to be home making babies and things like that. But we've really got men being this stupid saying advice like this, and they actually think this is a good advice. And so with one of the other guys, um, he was telling me that since, like, I told him, I mentioned, I think that, oh yeah, because I made a mistake and mentioned one of the type of waxes in my formula. And so I went on and said that, yeah, one of the products I'm making is candles, because oh yeah, I think the doorbell rang. And so it was a shipment for that product. And yeah, he starts telling me that I have to get pen and paper out because he knows what fragrances, like, I have to like make the fragrances that he likes. But then when I told I was like, no, I have some formulas, and I kind of told him like a brief theme of what I'm targeting, but very, very brief, to the point where he probably still doesn't get it, but at least he's not going to get it enough to try to copy me and or turn around and tell, like, if he was, I don't think he was married, but either his next girlfriend or future wife or whatever, he won't be like, oh, let's do this. I've learned. I've learned. But uh I don't know. It's just trying to get all of this together by October. And I'm at a point now where I'm like, everything's not going to be done. And like another piece of advice he tried to give me was with, because since I'm writing my novels, I'm doing cross promotion, cross marketing and stuff, where one like part of the marketing material is going to mention the book coming out next year. And that's going to put a little fire under my tush to make it happen, because I really want it to be by, I think, the spring. So yeah, I got to get on that. But at least it's only one and not all three of the books. So, and it's like book one is majority done. So I just have a lot of notes to write so that with book two, everything flow. I can make sure everything flows together with no like speed bumps or whatever. But yeah, he told me that was not a good idea, or that wasn't smart, because he was like, people don't read now. It's like, unless you're having an audiobook, no one's going to want to read that. So why are you going to promote a book with your candles? And but then, like, one of my so-called friends is like, I know he sold book kits, and I think it was a candle and let's just say an adult toy that went, like, they were all boxed together and stuff. um I haven't spoken to him in years, but we have nothing really to talk about. Yeah, we don't. But I don't know, it's like when men do it, it's okay, especially when it comes with a toy. And I'm not talking about the Happy Meal toy, you know. But so yeah, it's like I've been told that oh, my, even how I'm gonna name, like, I know the names of my candles are gonna be challenging, because I want my candles to have a voice. I want them to speak up, and I want products where, especially when you feel alone, you light it, or to make someone laugh and or cheer up or feel listened to. And I want them to be great as presents, but even as a silent protest, you know? And I want the aroma and smell to just kind of feel cozy. Because especially whenever you're like, when you share food, when you break bread, that's one of the best ways to connect with people. And when people invite others for potlucks or dinner or brunch or to go out to eat together, I mean, that's like a family thing. So, or at least a connection. And I mean, yeah, it's like, okay, business meetings are a little different, but I'm talking about like when it's more intimate. So I'm trying to do that. And I'm going to be talking more like, yeah, I only brushed the surface of it, but so much has happened lately. And especially, I don't know, it's like a lot of the trauma has been in my nightmares lately. And especially since I'm writing certain parts of the novel, more memories are coming out, and it hurts. But I'm gonna buckle down. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep posting on both channels, creating and thinking of ideas for the marketing, thinking of ways to get out there and promote. Thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate you. Take care. Bye.